What's up, everybody? A Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on the Space Engineers Inspiration series. We're starting things off today with the Horizon Juggernaut, I think? Man, I had a brain fart all of a sudden. I just looked at the name of the ship and I already forgot it. Yeah, so anyways, this is a huge ship. And I don't mean that in the sense of, like, it stretches on for miles, but I mean, it's a big ship. Like, in the description it actually mentions if you were to, I think, make a hard landing or crash it into the surface or something, it still will fly. Like, it's a lot of armor. This thing is a big ship in terms of the actual armor plating and stuff kind of thing. I really have to admit, though, I like the industrial kind of look to it. We've talked about that before on the series, of the difference between the super advanced sci-fi and aerodynamic stuff and then the more like utility and kind of a realistic design approach. I do like the realistic approach to this. It actually looks like something I could see becoming a ship at some point, but I have to admit, my favorite part, and it's weird what people enjoy, but my favorite part to this is this like ribbing with this teal cyan type color. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it looks like a big engine or some kind of huge laser cannon. Actually, that does kind of look like a cannon now that I'm looking at it. I don't think it actually is, but it would be cool. It looks like some giant... no, it's actually... Well, it does have a lot of missiles, so it would still blow you up. But still, I really like that effect of the... I don't know, the structure and the color palette and stuff just makes it stand out and pop, kind of thing. There are a couple hangars here. I'm not really sure where the main entrance is, but for all you door timer fans out there, not going to be happening on this particular build. Oh, now this is cool. I can't say I've ever seen this done before. This is like a double airlock, almost. You've got these airtight hangar doors on both sides. There's no vent here, but still, it is kind of a cool effect. We're gonna go in the back way, I think. We'll leave the front for later. There's a vent here, because this is an actual airlock, it would seem. I've got a lot of blast shield protection with these hangar doors, I guess. And this looks like our server room type thing. Programmable blocks and such. Got a bunch of batteries. I like the way this is laid out. You don't really need a whole lot of signs and stuff to figure out what's going on. It's fairly... And I do love this. It's funny, for someone who's actually mildly afraid of heights, you wouldn't think suspended things is cool, but in video games, I love suspended catwalks. I think they're so cool. Just the aesthetic look. They look really, really cool. So I'm guessing this is kind of the engine room, because it looks like reactors, batteries, etc. So while we don't really have like a thruster room per se, that's kind of what passes for engineering room in Space Engineers, I would imagine. Oh, so many doors. Okay. Whew, that was a lot. Alright, so let's go down here. I am going to turn my headlamps on just for a second so I know where I'm going. I kind of don't like doing that if I don't have to on these inspiration builds, because I never know if lighting is intentional or left open. Now, there was a note in the description that there's at least a lot of, or most of them, of the rooms are left open, but that's on purpose. It was designed that way for customizability. Customization is probably the better word to use there. For people that like downloaded the build, they could make the rooms whatever they wanted. So we're not going to see a whole lot of interior stuff because it was intentionally left a little bit more blank slated. But I do really like the layout and color and stuff, though. Like the lighting and stuff. The lighting, I think, is good. Oftentimes for me personally in my own builds, I get the lighting too bright because I like to try and see where I'm going, and it ends up kind of ruining the quote-unquote mood lighting. Whereas, other than the exceptions of being these big open spaces like this, but those room-type areas it seems like they're pretty well lit to get the point across. Like it's... Actually, you know what's funny? I don't see any lights here. I didn't realize the stairs and interior blocks and stuff. I knew they glowed. Or, yeah, glowed, right? Glowed. It's definitely not glued. That doesn't seem right at all. It's got to be glowed. It just doesn't sound right to me for some reason, but there's definitely light coming from somewhere. I mean, it's definitely lit up. I don't know that it's supposed to be lit up. Ooh, that's a cool looking hangar bay. So I'm guessing it's these spotlights or something. It's bleeding into this room somehow. Doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, but ooh, this is cool. Like I said, mood lighting. I love this stuff. These like triangular archways with the cyan color and stuff. It's so makes me think like epic in terms of scale. Like outlandish, you know, some big temple, ancient temple ruin things. When I get those dimly lit green colors on big archways, it always makes me think like that cyan blue or like a greenish colored runes all over the stonework of ancient buildings and stuff. Basically a byproduct of playing too many video games and watching too many movies all of my life. This is really cool. I love the spotlight here, and I don't even know what this room is for, but I love this room. I should also note this is a vanilla build, so any of the creative design stuff is just that. It's not necessarily because the block was cool. I always try and make it a point to note that, not only for everybody downloading, if they end up downloading and checking out the builds themselves, but also just kind of as a commentary to the builders. That they came up with stuff on their own and it wasn't just, you know, a cool block. But I love this. I don't even really know why, but I love this. This room here is really cool. I'm thinking it's just because there's like this cool pedestal and it's a big open space with the kind of edge design thing. It's like every floor has a lip kind of thing, or a platform. It's really, really cool. So yeah, these would be other rooms and stuff that we're seeing. So this could actually be like a, I don't know, this could actually be like the residential block or something. I'm not sure. That's probably airlock control, I don't care. Again, cool angular hallways with mood lighting, always a good call. Ooh, speaking of... Now, I don't know... Okay, I was gonna say, how did they get this cool colored light beam thing, but that's actually just a byproduct of where the light is. So we have all these platforms with connectors and stuff for drones and fighters and whatnot. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off so we preserve our mood lighting. Oh, what is that? That looks like landing gears. So it looks 2 landing gears between a tire? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that's cosmetic, just because I don't really think that would do anything particular. So I'm guessing it's supposed to look like the gears for the hangar door. Really cool. I like this hangar. This hangar is really well done. I like this too, this kind of like semi-curved arch pillar thing. Really nice move. I like it, I like it. Now this must be made out of blast block. I just noticed this because there's a lip here. So all of this is made out of blast door blocks, which is effective in making a kind of tiled look that the regular steel doesn't do very well with the connected texture thing. So that's cool. Another airlock. Alright, I have no idea where we are, by the way. I mean, I know where we are right now, but in terms of where we are in relation to the rest of the ship, I'm completely lost at this point. I meant to go back to one of those other hallways. What is this? And why does it look so freaking awesome? Inventory? Maybe? Inventory room? That's a conveyor, not a storage room. I don't know what this is, but it looks amazing. That's really cool looking. I really don't know what purpose it would serve. There's a lot of connectors there. Actually, you know what? Let's go down and find out. Let's go all the way to the bottom. Or not quite the bottom. So there's all these connectors, and it actually looks like they're hooked up. But it's not like it's a bed of grinders or anything. And it's not like you can access them. So I'm not really sure if it has any real purpose or if it's just made to look awesome. If it's the latter, mission accomplished. Because it really does, to me. Alright, let's go up to the top and see where we end up here. Wait. Wasn't this where I was? Oh! No, it's not. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not sure what purpose this actually serves. Because it's like there's access points to every floor, like you should be able to do something with it. I am not really sure what this is for. But like I said, the spotlight here, that fog that it gives off, I think is a good example of how effective that can be used. Because it creates this scale of like you could fall and die. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Let me know what you guys think. But to me, that's the vibe I get from it. Okay, so I was kind of expecting at some point this to meet back up with the main top part at the bridge. Apparently not. So I'm gonna have to find my way back, it would seem. Okay, so back where we were before, this is the actual outside entrance here. So instead of going this way, we're gonna go up. Like I said, I really thought it was gonna connect back up into this already, but I guess not. So we're gonna go this way. This must lead to the bridge, because I feel like we've explored pretty much everything else. Ooh. I don't know where this is, but I like it. Oh, I get it. Okay, so this is like the lower area. I'm gonna turn my lamps on, just so you can see what's going on. Just kind of realized it was kind of dark. So this must actually go up to the main flight seat bridge area. I'm assuming. What goes over there? Oh, more stuff. Okay, so that's probably the main flight seat. Ooh, that's a neat little way to do windows. And we've got a good view of the reactor. You know, so if the reactor overheats, the bridge crew dies. Just an observation. So, I guess we're kind of looking at that... Wait a minute. Where is that? How does one get up into that tower? Yeah, we're not up there. How do we get up there? There's a window up there. I feel as though it's achievable to get up there. I wonder if you have to actually go from the outside or not. This looks like it's going to be the main flight seat, though. We got cameras, atmospheric boost, hydrogen thrusters, ion thrusters, and it looks like that's about it. So, according to the description, this does handle fairly slowly, which doesn't really surprise me. Speed's pretty good. I don't have the boost things on. If we turn that on, let's see what happens. I don't know if we actually can turn that on without the other group atmosphere turned on. Actually, it turns and moves really good, considering its size and everything. I actually expected it to be a lot more sluggish than that, especially considering that the description actually said it moved a little bit slower. So I'm actually surprised about that. Ooh, I forgot the ship was moving. This is going to be fun. Because it doesn't really slow down very quickly, it appears. Alright. So, yeah, I don't know how to get up to that top part. So I guess my next attempt is going to basically be to go out and then up. I'm kind of thinking. Again, turn our lamps on so we can see what we're doing. Just because I don't actually see a door that goes to the upper part. If it's there, then I probably just missed it. But I don't actually see one really anywhere, to be honest. This is a cool view of the server-type rooms. There's a remote control block. There's turrets there. Unless this isn't really a legitimate... Oh, it's not a legitimate thing. It's a fake out. And I fell for it. Alright, well, I think that's going to do it for this particular build. So let's move on. to the next one. Alright, so next up we have yet another surprisingly vanilla build, and yet another also bigger, tankier ship. That appears to be the running theme for this episode, I guess. So this is the Retribution. I forget its designation. The U.E.F. Does it have a beacon? No, I don't see a beacon. Pooh. Alright, well, you'll just have to refer to the title and the description for the actual name of things. I'm sure none of you are used to doing that by now. So yeah, this is actually a heavier cruiser that, according to the description, possesses a bit more maneuverability than most for its mass, and has found its kind of niche in doing orbital defense and blockades. Probably because it's looks like a big battle tank. But what I'm particularly fond of is being vanilla, the fact that it's so detailed. Like this use of half ramps here. I think is half ramps and what is that? Merge blocks? Hold up. Those are merge blocks. I wonder if it's actually connecting to anything. Oh, maybe it's connecting to these. I don't know. Those could just be for cosmetics, maybe? But yeah, the grates over the connectors to look like little ports and valves and stuff like that, and the pillars for piping is like it has a lot of detail, even though it doesn't actually really do anything in game. But it looks really, really cool, and a lot of this you don't normally see. Unless you get into a lot of modded stuff, then you get that level of detail kind of thing. But it never fails to impress me when people can pull off this kind of detail with just the regular vanilla blocks. And then I look at my builds and I'm like, yeah, no, I definitely need to keep making more of these episodes because I need to learn more of how to do building. Now, with that said, a door or a hatch would probably be welcomed at this point. Let's see here. I mean, I'm totally intentionally exploring the rest of the exterior of the ship, and it's not because I don't know where the door is at all. I'm actually really not sure where you would put a hatch or something on this one. I can't really find a... I don't think it was designed for atmosphere. I believe the description says it can do a 0.2 gravity, I think. So full atmospheric entry is kind of out of the question because you wouldn't be able to get the ship back up, I don't think. So, yeah. I know there's one around here. There's always a door somewhere, and it's usually the last place that I look. There's one! Ah, I got it, I got it, I got it! Although, there's got to be a safer place to put it than, right next to a hydrogen thruster. It just doesn't seem like it would meet some kind of, I don't know, crew safety regulations or something. Like, I feel like there would be some form of issue with having a door right next to a thruster. Anyways, as far as mood lighting goes, yeah, I think this is, pretty mood lit. Alright. So, U.E.F. Retribution. There we go. That's the designation. Sigma class heavy cruiser. Victory, no matter the cost. That's a good motto, I guess. We've got the blueprint readout stuff here for... Ooh. It's a very nice bridge, actually. For all the different damage readout stuff. And basically what is not actually built into the game, but... Well, I guess it is, but not the displays and scripts, but they might as well be. Like, I could see when Space Engineers actually hits full release, you know, in, like, 2049, that some of these scripts might just end up being incorporated into the stock game. I could see it happening, just because everybody uses them now. The Whiplash scripts, the M-Master scripts, like, a lot of them are just, they're used everywhere. I forget... if Whiplash was the one that made the blueprint one. I know M-Master did the adjustable LCDs. I think Whiplash did the WASD control script that a lot of people use for more complicated chips and stuff, but I don't remember who was responsible for the blueprint and damage readout one, but they're all... It's crazy. I mean, I've learned how to do programming and stuff, but when I look at some of their scripts and things, it's like, man, they're good at what they do. Jump drive controls. I'm getting a little bit of a sim speed stutter, it seems, from something. Again, I do like the lighting and color theme and stuff for this ship, though. It's a lot more colorful than I expected it. And there's handy-dandy readouts everywhere, and I'm kind of ignoring them, and I'm getting lost. But if you actually want to know where you're going and don't want to follow in my footsteps and get lost in your own ship, it's not my ship, but, you know, I'm just saying, if it was my ship, I would be lost in it all the time. But yeah, so I love the atmospherics, though. Like, I can't help but walk around this ship and feel like the industrial kind of ships, like we were talking about. Not the super glossy sci-fi, but more of the gritty, realistic, kind of, I don't know, I guess maybe something like the old Alien movies, or like Blade Runner, or something that takes a more grounded look at sci-fi kind of thing, and doesn't have a bunch of like Enterprise and Star Destroyer and sleek aerodynamic ships, but more of the bulky utility ships. And that's what I see everywhere I look in this entire ship. Like, there's always bits and bobs and gears and stuff everywhere, and I can't help but think like this would remind me of something I would see in like one of those classic sci-fi movies. I know I'm lost. I've accepted that fact, but I'm not sure if I've seen everything or not in my running around in circles. I don't think I have. Nope, haven't seen everything yet. This looks like the programmable blocks for something. Could be for show. Gyroscopes, conveyor connections. That's the only hard part with builds like this. I can't ever tell sometimes what is actually functional parts of the ship and what is actually... wait a minute, is this the actual cockpit? Command override module, only for use if bridge command link has been severed. Oh! So it's like a backup bridge. Well, that's interesting. Huh, what do you know? I half expected to be ejected when I got out of that cockpit, by the way. That's one of those game glitch things that happens sometimes if you put a cockpit too close to another exterior block, sometimes it can throw you out, which is annoying. Although, it's been exploited sometimes in certain builds. Yeah, I'm getting some... I think I'm getting some sim speed stutter. I can't quite tell. I'm at like 25 and 30 frames, but every once in a while I'm getting a jitter from somewhere. There's a beacon here, so I'm guessing this is the actual main, with a lot of antennas, and a lot of laser antennas, and a beacon. So maybe this is for the... Oh, it's not the main. So that's the cockpit. Not the comm. That's the comm area. Okay. So which one's the main? This must be the main, then. Are you the main? Yes, you're the main. Okay. Found it. We got it. Alright, and we have rocket launchers, and it occurs to me I did not check the rocket launchers on the last build. Oops. Looks like 6, if I'm doing my math right. So it has a decent amount of firepower. Now, let's check out this supposed maneuverability. So acceleration is pretty good. Turning's not bad. Again, especially considering that we're dealing with heavy cruisers and stuff and not fighters. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty maneuverable. It could definitely work, and it's got enough bulk that it could totally be used as a blockade. So yeah, that's going to do it for this one. Let's move on to the last one. Alright, and last but not least, we have the Kelgar EE-46 utility transport mod. I totally didn't have to cheat. I don't know what you're talking about. So, yet again, this is another big kind of utility transport type vehicle. I believe it's also said to be a multi-purpose in the description. And it's surprisingly vanilla yet again. The reason I say surprisingly is all you really have to do is look at the hull. Now, I have featured builds from this builder before, so I recognize the build style, and I believe it's to use... I don't remember if this is a small attachment, but it's one of those where... No, I think this is still a large ship grid. Well, it's a mix of large and small, and that's where you get a lot of the detail from. Some of this is surprisingly just it's a big enough ship that the large blocks can be used for detail, but some of it, like some of those little edges and stuff, I recognize as small. So, but again, the level of detail with what's available with the basic blocks is kind of mind-blowing, and I think I might have pasted it backwards again. Oops. Yeah, I'm fairly positive that I pasted this backwards because I thought this was the front. I thought it was odd that there was that many thrusters in the front. And this is why I'm terrible at building ships. I can't even recognize that's the back. Anyways, let's move right along. I am experiencing hitches here and there, so I don't know how well this is going to go. Yeah, that's definitely the front. And the thrusters are turned off by default for performance reasons, according to the description, so keep that in mind if you paste it in and can't go anywhere. So this is what it actually looks like from the front. So yeah, let's actually get in here. Now, what is this down here with all this caution tape coloring? Is this the hangar, it looks like? Yeah, looks like a hangar. I don't know that I'll be able to get through this entire ship or not, because this is a big one. But surprisingly, according to the description, can be run by a minimum of 6 crew, I believe. Now, I don't know if that's lore-based, like, fiction kind of thing that's been put for the ship itself, or if that's actually legitimate, like you need 6 people. I'm assuming it's not. There are some ships that actually require co-op, but most of the ships I've ever seen, you could just hop between one room or one seat and another. I really wish that Keen would get this lighting bug fixed, by the way, because this is really annoying when you're actually trying... One of the big appeals to this particular builder is I love the atmospheric lighting stuff, and it's really annoying when the lighting glitches get in the way. And I don't have my lamps on. Wasn't sure. So yeah, it's one of those. It'd be fine if they allowed it, if that was like intentional, like it's supposed to look like a rundown ship and it's all flickery. But I don't think that's the way it's supposed to go. So we're in stairwell A, I guess, or this is going to A. So pod bay, hydroponics, crew quarters, escape pods, refinery bay, reactor, bridge ops, Atmo. So that's all on D. Forward airlock, cargo holds, hangar bay. So I'm really looking for D, and that'll get us to the bridge. So we're well, I was gonna say we're definitely on A, but it looks like there's one above here. What goes above A? Double A? Triple A? Wait, now we're on D. Hold up. I'm lost. How do you get lost with all these signs? Anyways, well, the deck D was where we were gonna go, I guess. It's the stairwell A. I guess there's just more than one stairwell. Whatever. So yeah, I really love all the interior stuff. I would highly encourage you to download this one and poke around for yourself, mainly because it's just such a big build. I'm all but guaranteed not to be able to look through everything, at least not in a timely fashion. Starboard airlock, deck D to bridge, control module bay. Ooh, again, love the lighting in here. This is cool. A vent shaft, nice. But yeah, I don't know how much of like the interior rooms actually have stuff in them, or how many of them are left blank, because it does say it could accommodate a lot of passengers if necessary, so I'm guessing there's kind of a lot of generic template type rooms. But actually this looks pretty decorated for the interior so far. Let's head over to the bridge, though, because I'm guessing as I make my way to the bridge, I'm going to end up running into cool stuff, because I'm probably going to get lost on my way there. And that's not really a dig at the design, because it takes talent. I mean, you have to be a special kind of person to get lost with all these displays and signs. So we saw the science bay. Ooh, I like this. I don't know if these are custom images or not, but they're cool. It looks cool. Makes it feel very lived in type of thing. Like all this stuff does things. Yeah, with this many signs, I don't know how you would get lost, in truth. Like, I joke about it, but I have a rough idea of where I'm going. Ooh. So that's cool. A clean ship is a happy ship. That's funny. So, let's see. We've got a music player over here. Cool. Love this bridge. Oh, love it. The lighting, the textures, the design, the structure. It's awesome. Oh, I don't even know what half this stuff does or if it does anything, but it looks amazing. Does this button do anything? Bridge projector. Oh, no, I want that on. It's cool looking. You know, it's the detailed blueprints of the Death Star, obviously. Alright, log recorder aperture. I don't actually know which one is going to be the main flight seat for this thing. Okay, so we've got bridge log recorder camera, belly hull camera, forward navigation camera, have the thruster controls because they are not on by default, multiple jump drive controls, forward floods. I'm not sure what that is, but I think those might be atmospheric thrusters. I'm not sure what those are. Now I'm looking at it. No, that's not the thumbnail for that. I don't really recognize what that actually is. And we've got a bunch of timer blocks for cargo bays, hangar doors, access hatch, cargo hold separator. Ooh, it can separate. Dorsal airlock. Cool. Let's see here. Are those vents? Maybe? Nope. Connectors? Ah, so they're connectors. Oh, spotlights. Flood, lights, yeah, that makes sense. Leave me alone. I just look at stuff. I don't build stuff. I know where the thrusters are now. I can turn... Ooh, wow, yeah, okay, that's a performance hit. Whew. I see now why they were off. Though this does look to be sim-related, because I haven't dropped below 25 frames, believe it or not. So, I don't know how well this is going to go. Oh, I kind of need that so I can tell how fast I'm going. So, it's hard to tell with all the frame rate issues. Again, they're not frame rate, though. This is all sim speed stuff. My frame's at 30 frames at the moment, which is really weird, but whatever. Early access. So yeah, we have... It's accelerating pretty quickly, considering the frame jitters type of thing, the sim speed. So it probably accelerates faster than that, actually, if it was running smoothly. But yeah, overall, I really like this kind of stuff, though, as far as the intricate design, even with vanilla blocks and things. I think that's really cool. But I think that's going to do it for us for this episode. If you want a more full tour of the ship, I encourage you to download it. There's a lot to see in this one. Unfortunately, with time and stuff, knowing me, I would probably get lost and run around in circles for an hour. So I'm going to leave this one to you guys. If you would like to explore it more, as always, links are in the description and stuff for all these builds. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.